Good afternoon. It's actually morning for me still right now, but today is August 6th, 2021, and today we had another range day. I think this was pretty similar to yesterday. Oh no, yesterday was an uptrend. 2 days ago? Yeah, 2 days ago. We had sort of a range 2 days ago. This is just a range today. Not a whole lot of good trades. But we just had one. I'm starting this early because me and my wife are about to run out and do some errands. I'm starting this one early. We just had a trade. Yeah, I'll show you. It was aggressive because of the small channel, but we'll talk about that later. So anyway, it was a range day. Early in the morning, I guess. I don't even remember this, so I'll just talk about what I do remember. We had this breakout of the overnight highs before we started trending down. And you know, now that I'm looking at this, I bet you could go short on this bar right here. That's a first entry, second entry. Especially with how bullish it is. Yeah, I think you can. Because that's a failed first, second entry long. Especially, yeah, I can't believe I didn't see that before. We got this leg up, get a break, and this is clearly two legs. They weren't equal. We didn't hit the measured move, but we had two legs up to a new high, and then we get this attempt to go higher, second attempt to go higher, and look at that very nice bullish signal bar. And yeah, so then we traded back into the range, so that was just a failed breakout. And we find support on the midline of the overnight highs and lows. So we then make a leg up, one leg of correction. And then we make another leg up when we find support on the midline. This was hard to find. This channel was hard to find, and I misread something. We'll talk about it towards the end of my video, but I had to draw this channel off the highs, and I didn't find it until I mistakenly took a second entry short right here, or failed second entry long right here. That didn't work out. But yeah, we'll take a look at the mark trades, and then we'll take a look at my trades. So we're moving up in the overnight. I'm not too sure where this ended up being, but I actually think I do have it drawn right. I actually had it drawn like this when we first came in. So I'll leave it like that. And oh wait, no, you know what? I moved it because look at that midline. It just works well off the midline right there. But anyway, we get an overshoot, and you might have thought about going long here, but this is your signal bar. So, and if you go long above this bar, you're going straight into the high. So I don't know. I was waiting for a second entry here, but I walked away because it was super slow here. And I walked away for probably 5 minutes, and then we already had all this price action. So something happened there. But anyway, we get an overshoot. It leads to a break. First entry, failed second entry long. And at that point, it looked like it would probably be a range day. I would have had my highs like right here at that point, so it also looked like failed second entry long, but also breakout back into congestion. I really like this one because I don't think I took this trade. Yeah, I didn't feel like I could take this trade because of how there wasn't much space going into the lows. But I do like this, and I wish I did take it. The lows of the channel, that is. Because I actually did just take that that aggressive trade we just saw at the end, and that was going into the lows of the channel. I mean, I'm not saying you should do it every time, but this looks good. And especially if you entered on this bar right here, it'd be nice. You wouldn't have gotten a limit order, because this bar went down here and it bounced back and then ticked lower. So if you were waiting for it to break below this bar, you wouldn't have gotten the limit order below this signal bar. But I think you could have ordered below or entered below here. I just didn't have the guts, I guess. And then we start to make two legs up to a new high. I was waiting for a failed second entry short here in this channel, but we only got a first entry. We get a break, and then we get the failed second entry short here. I waited because I didn't like that signal bar, and I'm glad I did wait because you get a great signal bar right here. So that's actually like I looked at that as a second entry long as well off the EMA, because first, you come down here, and then you get like this. I looked at this as like a first entry. It goes lower again, second entry. I can pretty much, I would be willing to bet money that Mack's going to have this marked. I just don't know if he'll explain it the same way. He'll look at it as a second entry long. But it's like a failed second entry short 2 that you're getting in on. You're just not getting in on it until like up here or something. So anyway, we come up short of the 2 measured legs up, but we do make 2 legs up to a new high. We get a pullback, and you don't get a chance to go long. And at this point, it's just some congestion. And yeah, I think had I thought about this channel, break of that, 2 legs up, and then you get a first failed second entry, and I think because this is such a great bearish bar, I think you can go short there. But I was looking, for some reason, I look at these as a double top, but now that I don't know if you actually should look at these as double tops, because it's really only hitting that price level once. But I don't know. We'll see if Mack says something about that. So I kind of looked at this as a failed second entry long off this high, but this is the high, so that's the failed second entry long. And really, I think you could probably go here, low here, and maybe I shouldn't consider this as an entry and just consider this, but this looks like I think you can enter on one of these. But anyway, that channel, we get a bounce here, and I was hoping we would get a second entry off the EMA or the trend line, but we just don't. We just form some congestion. And you know what? First, second. If this is a new high, first, this would actually be a failed second entry long off the midline, but that's just, we could be coming all the way back up here. Anyway, we get a break of that downward channel, and we start to move up. Might have this steeper, I'm not sure, but I think I had it drawn more like this. And we make this high, first entry, second entry. I just didn't like that because you're going into these highs. But I think maybe I didn't have this drawn yet or something. I think if I had this drawn, that's just a higher low off the trend line. And it's a second entry with a nice bullish bar. So I do like that. And we found support at the midline. Yeah, I like that. I think I was too... Or maybe at that point I already had 2 successful trades and I was just like, I'm not sure about this. That looks like a good entry. But anyway, we don't make it to the top of that channel. We make a break, a nice strong leg down, first entry, second entry, but that's after the break of this tight channel. So that would be a failure, and it doesn't work out. This looks really good, but it's just a first entry. And if you watched Mack's video yesterday, I think he had like a breakout of congestion, and he wanted to enter with trend, but it was just a doji, and he was like, that's just not following the rules. It's not good enough signal bar. And here we have a great signal bar, but it's just a first entry. First entry, failed second entry long, but it kind of looks like a first, second entry short. I don't know. You might, I don't know. It looked really good to me. But we also did get that break and it moved to a new low, so I don't know. But anyway, we get a first entry, second entry, no signal bar. And if you draw this trend line off these highs, I think you can take this second entry long right here. And I didn't have that trend channel drawn. I was being silly. And I'm trying to remember what I was thinking about. Here, I'll delete these. But we made a leg up and a measured leg. We hit it right here and get some rejection. I just wanted to show that. So we make this leg up. Same thing here. Another leg. Go a little higher. Get some correction. But anyway, trying to think of what I was... Oh, okay, yeah. Basically, I was just looking at this leg down, and I was like, damn, we're definitely gonna make another leg down after that one. But I bet this is that leg down, that second leg down. And like I said, I didn't have this trend channel drawn. If I did, it would have been a little steeper. If I did have it drawn, yeah, I would have went long here, especially after you get this failure. First entry, failed second entry short, and it fails, I would definitely go long here. But I got trapped there, so I was just like, I can't re-enter. So that's how you get chopped up. And then we get a... You might look at this as a first failed second entry short. That's a doji, though, but it is off the trend line. So we get a break. One leg up to a new high, test that new high again, we get some rejection. First, failed second entry long here, we make a new high, and so we start trending down. And this was a slow trend down, but you could clearly see the trend line working. And this is an aggressive entry because you're going into the bottom of the trend line, but that's and it looks like a reversal pattern as well. First entry, failed second entry long, I really like that. I like that entry. I was looking at it as a break of this channel. One leg up, we test that high, it fails, and we're going back and forth, and then we start trending down. I like this trade. I'm really excited to see if Mack marks that, and yeah, so that's the end of the week. Let's take a look at my trades. I took 4. Okay, I took 4 trades. I think only one of them didn't work, right? Let's take a look. I think one of them I didn't like or something. The one that did work, I didn't like. Oh, I forgot about this. Yeah. So I entered here on a limit order because I looked at this as a yeah. So I don't like it that I entered there because this midline proves to me that this is an overshoot. But I looked at this as a first entry, second entry, failed second entry short, and I entered on a limit order. So I think I got 2 ticks below what we would have entered on, and yeah, it scalped out. Might have gotten like 2 extra ticks, and then it just reversed. So I don't like that entry. It was too aggressive, but it did work, and I did know that I should enter on a limit order. So at least there's that. But yeah, when you see those overshoots, you got to be real careful. So we're making this trend down. And yeah, since I think that's another reason I was too nervous to take this trade was because I just exited this trade. And, you know, sometimes you can just get ahead of yourself and just be ordering back to back to back and just mess up your emotional state of mind and stuff like that. I do wish I took that trade because I would have been completely fine with that. We make this leg up, first entry, second entry. I do look at this as a second entry long, and I do like that. I do like that entry. With a strong leg up like that, I do expect another leg. Yeah, that's what we get. So I do like that trade. I'm excited to see what Mack has to say about that. All right, so. Yeah, here I get trapped. Let's make this a little larger. Sorry, I had an interruption. So yeah, I got trapped here, and I just didn't see the trend line. I should have. I don't think I had a trend line drawn. So you don't want to be doing that. You want to only enter when you know what's going on, and I didn't have the trend. Usually, you're not going to know what's going on if you don't have your trend lines drawn, and especially. I do think since we had this strong leg down, I was expecting another leg down, and I think this is it. Look, it couldn't. It's hitting all this congestion, so it can't make another leg down. And look at that. That's new low, break here, new low, tries to go lower once, tries to go lower twice. So that's kind of like when you can expect a reversal. And yeah, this one I'd be a little hesitant just because it's below the EMA, but when we get this and then this and it closes just at the EMA, I like going long there if I'm thinking straight. And here, so this is definitely an aggressive trade just because, look, the trend line is down here. But let's check out this measured move. Yeah, you can see, I mean, there's some resistance there. So other people are playing this trend line too. And yeah, this is clearly a downtrend. It's respecting the channel lines and great signal bar. First entry, failed second entry, long. So I do like that. And that caps off our week. I hope everyone had a good week, and I'll be back next week.